Meghan Markle here.
Today is May 16th, 2025. It is 5:10 a.m. So I just finished edit whatever I recorded yesterday afternoon. I'm glad that I did that because the minute that I got behind the computer, I just went straight onto editing, which is good. So I'm always putting lists together. I have some lists I've been putting together for a while. There's some more here about Afrikaners, depending on how fast I do these. I might add this at the end. It depends. And then I have some stuff regarding PDD, Burkina Faso. These cool. They're not that important. These are not your kind of topic for my channel. But sometimes I like to highlight different things anyway. So depending on how I feel, at one point I might do a video about them. So for now, we're going to focus. It's not specifically about Harry and Meghan, but there are some topics, let's say Derangers, Meghan Pasta, and some stuff regarding the royal rats, and the rest have nothing to do with the Sussexes, the squad type of topic. So we'll see how it goes. They were just interesting to me, so I add them to the list. I mean, they've been there for a while, so anyway, let me not waste time. All right, so this is the background of this channel. For record purposes, feel free to skip. So let's go on Twitter. I believe this is the first tweet, right? Let me see, 60. Yep, this is it. All right, royal sources now say, quote, both sides were really upset, end quote, and the Meghan-Kate wedding story. All right, so I believe that has to do, Meghan made Kate cry or something like that. This is the thing with these people. When a situation happens, they always leave a gray area. So because they're always cooking up some unnecessary BS. So when a situation happens, they always leave a gray area so they could come back to it and fill another BS into it. So I don't know what's going on. I saw it and I thought I'll share it with you. When was this? Yesterday, May 15th. So this is my response about 2 hours ago. While I was editing, take a break, hop on Twitter, so I respond to it. What are they cooking up now? All the BS they put Harry and Meghan through was unnecessary. If they had told Harry and Meghan straight up that they don't approve of the wedding, instead, the royal family went and dig up Meghan's family, speak ill of her, try to get co-workers to say BS about her. The list goes on. They want to look, okay, I was running out of character to write, so I continue here. They want to look like a saint in this. They should never have done what they did to Harry and Meghan. This is why Harry and Meghan must speak their truth whenever, because the royal family are masterful at this. They're trying to rewrite history so they could look good. Now that people's eyes are open and the squad are on their tail, every BS that they put out, the squad shut it down. So they can... Now they're going back to try to fix things, to try to make it, you know, whatever. But Meghan already spoke about it in the Oprah interview. All right, this is what Princess Diana did not have, the pushback by the public. Sussex squad called them out. BS, I was running out of character as well. All right, other comments here. They want on both sides this thing and rewrite history. No, the future queen used her daughter to lie and pressure Meghan to redesign the flower girl dresses. The fact that Kate apologized later with a card and flowers mean, as Meghan said, she owned it. All right. Yeah, go. If some of you haven't watched the Oprah interview, go watch it. I don't think I have this portion where Meghan highlight about the flower thing. And I'm glad Meghan touched that and get it out the way. And this is why I said the Oprah interview was for whatever nonsense the tabloid was writing up to the point they left. And then anything else like the docuseries and whatever that's gonna come later is things that the royal rats all keep on adding. So they keep on responding back to it. Oh, so they're finally acknowledging that Meghan was upset and not the mean bully that she was portrayed as. Interesting. I still believe Harry and Meghan's story is accurate considering Kate bought flowers and apologized. Okay, there is no both side. One woman was going through huge embarrassment and uncertainty regarding her father and his health. And this is why I said the royal family dig up. If they had just tell her from the beginning, we don't accept this, I mean, it would be very hurtful. I could see that. But instead, they went through that all, spent a lot of money. These people that they brought in to go do investigation, tried to offer $70,000 to Simon Rex, right? Is that his name? Simon Rex, to speak ill. All of that, it takes money. Get these people, the royal rats, to travel, get plane, to do all, I mean, it's so much and it was unnecessary.
You heard from anyone in the palace thanking you for the, serious defense of them?
I've had some messages communicated to me on behalf of several members of the royal family.
Upper level
We're very grateful that, well, I'm not going to go into who it was, but what I would say is gratitude that somebody was standing up for them.
They rather do all of this instead of speaking the truth to Meghan right in front of her face. If that was the case, they speak to Meghan and told her, we don't want you to be in the royal family, whatever. And then Meghan, I'm sure, yes, it would be very hurtful. But guess what? At least Meghan would have known where she stood with these people. And then she would have not even do all of this. Pick up her bag and leave. Guess what? Whatever Harry wants to do is up to him. Then Harry will deal with his family. Because Harry is a grown man. He could have done whatever he wants. If he wanted to leave and said, this is the woman I want to be, and they don't want me to marry, Harry already leave everything behind. Alright, so all these were unnecessary. But it seems like this is what the royal family, the royal rats, thrive on. This is what makes them happy, to do all this BS. Alright, there is no both side. One woman was going through huge embarrassment and uncertainty regarding her father and his health. And all this were all lie as well, manufactured. And it's a shame that the father played along. Okay, I know that because he said the whole plan. Okay, he conspired with the royal family, the royal rats, whoever was paying him to against his own daughter. Because he said the whole plan was to mess up the wedding. Okay.
That may have been one of the things that upset her. And of course, the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
And all the, oops, I didn't want to go into it. Let's pause this. And all the shit the Markle family was saying, plus a torrent of press abuse, the other women acted like an entitled, that's the B word, demanding things for a wedding that was not hers. Okay, I do believe Kate was upset because Meghan didn't prioritize her over her own self. I mean, that was Meghan's wedding. This is the other thing. If Kate and William did not want her daughter to be whatever her position at the wedding, all they could have said is, no, I don't want my daughter to be part of this. Instead, they refocused the thing onto them. Meghan didn't have to comply to any of this nonsense. Oh my God. Okay, I do believe Kate was upset because Meghan didn't prioritize her over her own self. Okay, just as with Katie Hopkins' sound book BS has prematurely aged you, Kate is exactly like those high school mean girls that you see in movies. She's a B, plain and simple. Alright, her wedding days should have been her way 100%, but like nobody sympathized with her about her family situation. She knew her family wasn't upper class material and chose to marry a royal. That's how most people see her situation. Unfortunately, the press will never let her get off easy. I mean, this person is sound as if it's okay, the kind of behavior. The thing is that the royal family were the one who instigate, and then in front of her they pretend they were not. They were not part of it. I think at one point, you guys could correct me on it, where I think the father, Harry's father was saying to Harry to speak to Meghan to make the father stop. Meanwhile, who was instigating, pushing for the father to come in front? It's like there's the pull and there's the push that Princess Diana was talking about.
It's like being sucked in, just people pushing and then people pulling, all in the same direction.
So you're being what, pushed by family?
Yeah, my family looked great, and so did my friends, and so did Charles's family. They liked me. They're very good to me. When I was a guest.
What's that mean?
We had to change when I was a daughter and the positions changed.
They doing both sides, and then they center themselves, they meaning the royal family, center themselves as if they have nothing to do with it. They're trying to put the facade, persuade people as if they have nothing to do with it. Okay, it doesn't matter if they were going through any stress. This was Meghan's wedding, that's right. And if Kate didn't like Meghan's choice, she could have pulled this is what I was just saying. She could have pulled Charlotte out of it. Instead, she chose to make it an issue and create more stress for Meghan, who was already dealing with so much from other Markles. Yes, that's what I'm saying. All they had to do is tell her, I don't want my kid to be part of it. It would have been hurtful, but still, it would have been one less issues to deal with. All right, let's see here. Exactly, but the firm will and have twisted things to make Meghan look like a bully. Kate will never tell the whole truth. Okay, this in a nutshell. All right, seriously, you said it. I'm glad they kept the text messages. Kate had other problems with the way Meghan was planning her wedding. Who cares? Who cares if she had problem with it? That's not her wedding. If Kate wanted, she didn't have to show up. It wasn't her wedding. Okay, all the bridesmaids' dresses need to be redone, whether be. All right, so she quoted them. 100% true, Wady wanted Harry. Harry knows those type. At Kensington Royal, Wady is a nasty racist. I mean, it's all of them. Oh, there's something someone sent me of Charles, shaking people's hand, and then when it comes to the black person, he skip it. I'll put it right after. It was not on my list. All right, Wady is a nasty racist. B. All of them are, not just her, who made things difficult for Meghan because she was jealous. All right, let me go look for that and share it with you. Okay, I'm done with the other tweet. This is the tweet that I was talking about. The way King Charles III always does this. All right. All right. Alright, so there it is. We should not be surprised. Let's see, remember this, and this happened long before Meghan was even dating. Let me pause, there's something on the side. Remember this, and this happened long before Meghan was even dating or thinking of marrying Prince Harry. This was Prince Charles' house. The racism within those palace walls was rampant. Nothing changed. Highgrove secretary claimed racial abuse. Okay, so there's that. I don't know, I'm not gonna read that. Okay, serve them right. No way a self-respect black or brown person should be out there wanting to shake the sausage finger hands of the colonizer. The man was racist to his own grandson. Future futures, I think that's what it is. Some pride people. All right. Charles kept the black people standing there to greet him, so no people of color should attend any event or be used at event to hug, so Charles doesn't look racist. This right here is the real Charles. Exactly. Okay, any black person who still participate in the farce deserve the disrespect. Maybe they'll wake up to this nonsense. All right, did you see the guard try to swipe her hand away? I think it's a gentleman. I'll go back to the video in a few, but there was a gentleman. I think he had a phone or something, probably wanted to take a picture or selfie so he could appear in the video along with Charles, but the guy put it down. So I could understand that because you don't know what the thing is. Even though it shows a cell phone, it could be something else. So I could understand that part. But once Charles reached the black lady, he literally skipped her. Okay, and she gave him a dirty look. Charles does not like touchy people of color. He is a racist. Okay, he is beyond the pale. He is racist through and through. You remember him laughing at This is perfect. All right, this is where the guard came to put the guy hand down. Let me move it back slightly. You see, he was putting something in front. Where is it? Okay, it started right here. Let's see. Okay, so that's that. And then there he is here. He literally skipped her. But was she putting... Yeah, whatever. Let's leave that alone. Let me focus on my list. Now, back to my list. She deserves her thing. She should not be here at all, like some of the comments were saying. All right. Next tweet. This. She made a one-pot pasta and thousands of people made it too. She arranges flowers and many people started posting and showing how they were inspired. I made a pancake fit for a princess and nobody did anything. Who she's making reference to? Emotional support. I know she's not talking about herself. The leftovers must have done something. That's why she put that. Let's see here. That's because nobody could tell what the hell it was. Okay. I guess the flipping of the pancake, that looks like, I don't know. That was before that though. That's because nobody could tell what the hell it was. When I first saw it, I thought it was a plate of escargot. The way she even styled and decorated her cake is now a TikTok trend. People are laughing. Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. But this was before Meghan came with with Love Meghan. We don't know what is that. Okay, there's this. Okay, let's go to the next one. This has to do with Derangers. Okay, is that a video? Okay, so let's pause all of this. So these are videos. I can almost understand that trolls have to eat too, but should they be this ungrateful? Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex are the UK media, Royalists and Derangers bread and butter. They talk about the Sussexes ad nauseum for profit, then complain they're overshadowing the leftovers. I don't know. It's that connection in the brain sometimes I think they're missing. I don't know if they purposely doing that, pretend to be stupid, or they literally are stupid. Because I would say Harry and Meghan literally moving away from these people. Harry and Meghan are not forcing them to talk about them. When they do that thing, they just drop it and then the squad do whatever. We talk about it for days and this and that. But these people, there are so many important things that's going on around the world that are more important for these people to talk about. But instead, they're keeping people's attention, eyes and mind focused on Harry and Meghan. And the things that they're talking about Harry and Meghan are not even the truth. But let's see here. What?
People be obsessed with reading about Meghan. You look on social media, it's all about Meghan and Meghan and Meghan. And, you know, read the papers, it's all about Meghan. And she seems to be attracting the publicity.
You're just talking about pilfering some of the stuff furnishings on set. Welcome back. It's the show everyone's talking about in her brand new lifestyle series. Meghan Sussex has been giving us an insight.
Oh my God, this is 2 minutes and 32 seconds. It's long. Oh my Lord. Okay, let's listen to
into her culinary skills.
I'm going to make single skillet spaghetti. Do the whole thing in one pan, just like making a frittata. One pan, one and done. Drizzle a lot of olive oil over it. You put the dry pasta in. You pour boiling water on top. And that's it.
So this must be new. This is why the squad were making reference about the one-pot pasta from the previous tweet. Okay, this must be new, but let's continue.
Come to a boil and do this for 6 minutes in there.
Literally cozy.
It's like the Beyonce song.
Yeah.
Cozy.
Cozy. Is it when David says, oh, he sounds quite surprised by how she's going to do it?
Oh, the fact that she's boiling everything all together. Well, let's see. Meghan's single skillet spaghetti has caused quite a stir online, so we thought we'd have Clodagh push it to the test.
I know. I know.
No pressure, Clodagh.
No pressure.
But it has caused quite a stir this time.
It has caused quite a stir, pardon the pun, because you do stir this pan a lot.
Well, I gotta say, you know, thanks for the promotion for Meghan. Okay, but let's continue.
I basically decided that I'm going to test this Not think about the fact that it's Meghan's recipe.
Yeah.
I'm just going to test it as if it's a recipe that I'm bringing on this morning.
Sure. Excellent.
And see, is it good enough for TV? Is it good enough to share with the nation?
Lord,
'Cause I
just
think
do the
that's
damn
what
thing.
It looks good enough. It's the proof's in the tasting, but it looks
The
delicious.
proof is in the tasting. Okay, actually, no, we take this off the heat first. I've got to get into her mindset. Okay, so there's no heat on this, okay? We're putting in the tomatoes with no heat on there. And then we're putting in sliced garlic on top of this. Putting in other ingredients in there. So this is what it's like when it'll take 6 minutes cooked. And then what she adds into this is she puts in all these greens, which is chard and cavallonero, and then she also puts in parmesan. Chef's perspective is that when you are, let me serve you up some here, when you're putting in the rocket cooked like this, it gets a little bit slimy. But do you know what? The proof is in the pudding. So let's have, have a taste of this and think, is this a delicious pasta? Because if this is on television, it should be a delicious pasta.
Because it's on television, it should be delicious.
Understanding about flavours.
I like all going well. The pasta's cooked brilliantly. The spaghetti's fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent experiment.
Oh my God.
For details of today's recipe, check out our free this morning app.
And your little tweaks along the way, I think, make a difference. But I enjoy it.
Yeah. Now, there's lavish location.
Oh my God. This one now.
But overall, I think she's just got so much hatred directed towards her by rags like the sun, and it isn't commensurate.
I don't understand where it all started. I wonder whether it was briefing against her and Harry when the other royals, William chiefly, panicked that their wedding was making them too popular.
Yeah, and
I really think and it got out of control.
She was loved. Meghan Markle was loved for ages, and then there was all this speculation that Harry.
Yeah, the royal family realized that she is being loved. It's like, no, we don't want her to be loved. We want her to be hated. And then the brainless idiots literally follow what the royal family tell them to do. It's like they don't have a mind of their own. So it's up to people if they want to keep this world and the way that it's going, or I don't know. I really don't know. And these are adults too. Let's finish this.
William and Kate didn't.
I think that's possibly what happened, yeah. Jeff, in the Times...
When actually it's Harry and Meghan's war on the press and the media.
That's
and
true.
as they say at the start of episode 1, they say so many books and shows and stories have been written about us. We wanted to have our own say. And remember, the purpose of the PR office at the royal family is to keep the royals in the press all the time. So you have to remember, when I work in newsrooms, it's a fact that every anti-Harry and Meghan story comes from Kensington Palace.
But why
and if it comes from Kensington Palace, why are they briefing against their own brands?
Well, okay, that's a very... The idea...
Why are there never any
I think that's
stories
fascinating.
about Prince William?
Well, William and Kate involved in briefing against them originally, I don't know. That's a good point. But having a war on the media, I don't know whether that's... What do you think, Bill? Sympathy with Harry or the opposite?
It's looked like the media in the UK are starting to give up. They can't keep up with the lying anymore, it seems like. I don't know.
Harry, absolutely. Harry, you'll see this unravel over the next few days and find out that this lady has told more lies than anything. What you're finding now is that she's imported one of William's henchmen, as he was sitting next to her on the programme with on Sky yesterday. The same as the imported Jason Knopf, and tried to beat the Daily Mail.
Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for all your calls on this later. See, it gets vexed, doesn't it?
I don't know. Let's read some of the comments here. They really are caught between a rock and a hard place, to be honest. Think about it. If they were to truthfully write about the British royal family daily, they will bore their readers to death. There is nothing about any of them that is remotely interesting. How in the hell is that possible? Alright, well, they are overshadowing the leftovers. I mean, come on. Queen Elizabeth at 96, work shy really, and Duchess do little. His cancer-ridden father does more. William is in a tie for worst Prince of Wales ever. Competition goes to his uncle Edward and the Regency's Prinny. Andrew caused so much controversy, but not one panel discussion about him. There's that as well. They are also dead and soulless. Yeah, I really think so. Soulless is part of it. They don't even realize the hypocrisy of their livelihood. Okay, this one is explaining better than I was a few minutes ago. They love to hate the Sussexes, and they lack the self-awareness to realize they are profiting off their hatred, friend or not, effing pathetic pale morons. Okay, embarrassing and quite shameful to just be hacked for hire. Okay, but they give everyone such a banquet of lies, manipulation, victimhood, and plain PRBS further. It really can be helped. I mean, they don't want who create this thing that you see is going globally. Okay, about the lie. Even when you hearing about Russia doing their propaganda and all that, from what I've seen, Russia pick up from them. Okay, and make it work. So much to say when I talk about Burkina Faso. Africa better be careful because it's the same group. Embarrassing and quite shameful to just be hacked for hire, but they give everyone such a banquet of lies, manipulation, victim. Okay, I read all of this. Okay, and who does Arthur Edward talk about constantly? Meghan and Harry. Remember when he said, Harry, come back, the queens need you, the this and that.
4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened. And I think if we had have met her, and if she'd have met us, things might have been different. You know, might see that we're human and she's human. Unfortunately, she did get some bad press, and that was a mistake. But you know, we asked for forgiveness and please come back because. You know, this is a great country and the royal family are very important to us all. And the Queen needs your support, Harry, because, you know, William can't do it all. Catherine can't do it all. The Prince of Wales is taken on the Queen's role now, so he's even more busy.
I mean, my goodness, Harry was not the heir to the throne. It's the brother. They trained him since he was birthed. So they kick him out and all that. And let's not forget, we learned through court documents that it was William, and don't forget Harry's book, Spare, all right, who hired Simon Case to put it in documents for Harry to leave. Why are you so obsessed about negative coverage of them sometimes? You dig up old hate pieces to repost. You are also using them for your own clicks. I don't know. Who is that? Okay, maybe whatever, but it's also good to remind people these are the people who's behind the nonsense. Okay, the UK people. Oh my God, I went off. I talk about different things. Africa. Next tweet. Maybe I should remove the part where I was talking about Africa for something else. Okay, so I did put it on the list. All right, so I covered that already. So let's leave that alone. I didn't know I had it on the list, and I went to search for it. Next one. It's about the ginger thing here. Let's see here. Come to effing think about it. 1 minute and 8 seconds. Let's see here.
Gingers are black. Where was this energy for Halle Bailey when she was Ariel, though? Lock the doors and bar the fucking gates, because I don't remember a single ginger person calling Halle cousin. I remember them saying, not my Ariel, not my Little Mermaid. They were the most pressed group of people harassing this young woman online all over social media, berating her, being racist as fuck to her. Okay, so I know people are gonna say it's a joke, Melissa, take a joke, you're being so serious. When you give people an inch, they're gonna take a mile. And you know what, this trend is very telling, because if you ask a non-black person what their favorite thing is about black people, you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, oh, I love that they're great hype people. They make me feel cool. It's all about how black people embrace them and they love it, right? But the embracing doesn't go the other way around. You have people that want and love to be welcomed to black spaces, but they don't want to welcome black people into their spaces.
She's spot on. She's spot on. But I did not watch that Ariel movie thing, but I know what she's talking about. I didn't watch it, but I know what she's talking about. Let's leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay. As an anti-monarchist Brit, I see it clearly. Harry and Meghan broke from the royal script and the media never forgive them. Now even their private kindness is twisted into drama. The press protect the crown, not the truth. They were never the problem, the monarchy is. That is true. And this is what really messed up for Charles and Andrew. Remember that thing where I said where the private secretary for the Queen was protecting the Queen and the crown when Charles and Andrew wanted things, and if it doesn't fit to the crown narrative, he will tell them no. Advise the Queen, make the Queen see what he saw, and for the Queen to tell Charles and Andrew no. So because of that, they were getting no, Andrew and Charles. They put their heads together as senior royals to get rid of that private secretary. So now the barrier, I would say, the protection that the crown had with this particular private secretary of the Queen, no longer there. Now it falls because Charles had put Edward Young to listen to him, and this is where everything started crumbling. Okay, I've spoken about this a long time ago. So now the crown no longer protected. Now it is being protected only as an individual, the person. Okay, it's almost like, for instance, when you listen in the US, all right, every single officials, anyone who take oath of office, whatever it may be, they take an oath to the Constitution. Okay. This is the thing, similar to the crown, the Constitution. But when people start following the individual, this is where the problem is. Okay? So this is similar, but not the same, similar to what's happening in the UK and then the US. Now we have Trump, and people supposed to, when they take an oath, they should forget about the Constitution, but instead focus on giving Trump what he needs and things like that. So the country right now, the shield to protect the country is no longer there. Trump removed it and put himself in front. All right, so there's that. Megxit pairs Montecito invite Harry and Meghan host Brooklyn and Nick to help the family. I don't know if it's Harry and Meghan who created, but I read something. Okay, one thought at a time. The first thought, I don't know if it's Harry and Meghan who did that get together. But apparently it seems like there was a get together and Beckham and his wife were under the same roof. But someone made a comment on one of my videos is about a movie that Meghan is producing. Maybe they were doing something for that. And I learned through that comment under one of my videos that Beckham's wife is an actress. I did not know that. I don't follow them. I know of their existence. Similar to what I used to think of Meghan. I know of her existence, but then not too much. So through that comment, I learned she's an actress. Maybe she has a role in I don't know. I'm just saying. Let's read some of the comments here. Okay, it's a whole lie. I don't believe anything printed in The Sun or the Daily Felt about Harry and Meghan. There are no leaks in Montecito. See Hacked Off YouTube channel. All right, so there's that here. Let me bookmark this. It's, I think the, I was thinking byline, but never mind. Okay, I'm sure it's a coincidence that Harry is in court against Murdoch, who has lost $1 billion of print lies and phone hacking and have set aside $1 billion more. Murdoch and Rothermere have destroyed so many lives, but whole Harry is the problem. Honest guy. All right, exactly. The real villain are the media barons hiding behind the fake outrage, while victims like Harry get targeted for standing up. Okay, cough. There's all of that. Okay, the press protect the crown, not the truth. That is so spot on. Yeah, that's exactly that. But like I just said, Charles and Andrew just removed that. Okay, the crown is no longer protected anymore with all of the things that's going on. Let me read this and then I'll move to the next one. King Charles conspired with Rupert Murdoch to destroy his son, Prince Harry, and Meghan Markle. King Charles has been colluded with Rupert Murdoch via his wife Camilla to destroy the reputation of his son, Prince Harry, and his wife Meghan Markle. Prince Harry has strongly alluded to this without expressly stating Prince Harry has strongly alluded to this without expressly stating it in numerous interviews he has given to promote his new book. And this aspect, there's so many branches of this. And this aspect, I think it's the wife that's keeping Charles on a leash. Okay? Charles could be as racist as it could be. Similar to that video I just shared with you where he didn't want to shake that black woman's hand. But that Camilla thing they put in his periphery, that goes way back. They wanted those papers, those same group, the MAGAs, the Rupert Murdochs and all of that. They wanted to have control in the UK. To have that, they needed someone within the palace because the palace could stop or allow things to happen. So they started this way before Charles was even born, I think. They were trying to inch in. But as soon as the king, the Queen Elizabeth II's father died, they started to inch in a little bit more. And then they started coercing, controlling, manipulate Charles since toddler. Okay? They make him afraid. So they tried to do that with the two boys, Harry and William. They got William, but they couldn't get Harry. So now, I don't know. The UK is at a string. Not the UK. The monarchy is at a string. But if they... I don't know. Let's leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. It's like there are things that I'm saying I just can't really explain to the naked eyes. Alright, so I'm sort of done with the UK type of topic. This is random stuff, okay? This is the tweet. Seeing this image, I will not be discussing the roles that they play together or anything like that. I'm gonna take a different perspective of this image, alright? I think about her son doing that silly prank. I don't know what is this all about. This is so cute. Again, I don't know what it is about. Because I know they play, what's that movie? The Black Panther. Okay, oh my God, it took me a while. Black Panther, alright? However, what I'm gonna think about here, I've came across Angela, oh, there it is here, Black Panther. The first time I came across Angela Bassett was when she played Tina Turner. That woman, ever since I'm aware of her, she has been fit. I know she works out. Look at this. How old is she now? Let me look her up. Okay, she's not that old. Alright, Angela Bassett is an American actress who has been active in film and television since the 1980s. She's known for her portrayal of real-life African-American women, including Tina Turner. That's when I first came across her. And What's Love Got to Do with It? Alright, where was her age here? There's some other movies she plays. I don't know. I think so. Yeah. August 16, 1958. Age 66. She looks good. Let me see if there's any pictures from her back days. Almost every pictures you see her in, she is stunning. Okay, there's this here. This look a little bit more. Okay, you could see her arm. Look at her trap, her shoulders. She work out. She been keeping it fit throughout her life. Okay, there's that. And this is the thing here. She does, oh my God, look at her butt. I have no glutes though. I have back problems, so I can't really do some of the things that I should be doing for my butt because otherwise I will not be walking. I have problem with lower back, so yeah. She's one of the fittest women in Hollywood. Look at her here. All right, there's that. Let me see Angela Tina Turner. Let's see the pictures of back then. Look at her here. Look at her arm. Very fit. And she did a wonderful job with this movie. There she is here with Tina Turner. May Tina rest in peace. Alright, so that's that. Okay, that's all I wanted to take from that. I don't know what this is about. What, oh, there's a moment here. Let's see. Moment between Angela Bassett and Michael B. Jordan. 8 seconds. Let's see here. Okay, there's no sound. That's nice. The respect. There was a red carpet that Michael B. Jordan did, and I think from the interviewer had mocked them at some point, and he didn't hold back. So there's that here. This reunion between Angela Bassett and Michael B. Jordan is the best thing on the internet. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I think about her son doing that silly prank. Okay, I don't know anything about that, but I'm done. It's almost 6 o'clock. I need to wake up my kids and a few. Alright, so this is another topic that has nothing to do with the Sussexes or Angela Bassett. Completely different. Let's pause. First, note this. This young man has had his diploma suspended for doing this. Now, watch what he did. Let's see here.
So please join me in welcoming to the podium the NYU Gallatin 2025 student speaker, Logan Rosas.
There will be a screenshot, okay, as you listen to him, okay? Sorry, I cannot just let it play like that.
Greetings, Gallatin's faculty and staff, esteemed alumni speaker, fellow graduates, and loved ones. Trying to find my family in the crowd. There they are. I've been freaking out a lot about this speech, honestly. And as I search my heart today in addressing you all, my moral and political commitments guide me to say that the only thing that is appropriate to say in this time and to a group this large is a recognition of the atrocities currently happening in Palestine.
They wiped the Middle East out. It's unbelievable. They wiped it out. And then these people vote against their best interests on top of it. It's very sad.
I want to say that the genocide currently occurring is supported politically and militarily by the United States, is paid for by our tax dollars, and has been live streamed to our phones for the past 18 months. And that I do not wish to speak only to my own politics today, but to speak for all people of conscience, and all people who feel the moral injury of this atrocity. And I want to say that I condemn this genocide and complicity in this genocide.
Speak up before they stop you.
Thank you to the class of 2025, and congratulations.
There's some part he paused. I probably will fast forward it to cut time on the video. So that's that. Let's see. Let me pause this. Here, by the way, is the UN Head of Humanitarian Affairs addressed to the Security Council. After this, that will be it, okay? Let me see here. Holy shit, I nearly tear up. God bless this dude, and to have his diploma taken away, a diploma he worked for because of his politics, is nonsense. I mean, he did the classes, did his thing. I mean, he could always fight for it. All right, let's listen to this, and that'll be it.
I ask you to reflect for a moment on what action we will tell future generations we each took to stop the 21st century atrocity to which we bear daily witness in Gaza. Israel is deliberately and unashamedly imposing inhumane conditions on civilians in the occupied Palestinian territory. For more than 10 weeks, nothing has entered Gaza, no food, medicine, water, or tents. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians have again been forcibly displaced and confined into ever-shrinking spaces. Every single one of the 2.1 million Palestinians in the Gaza Strip face the risk of famine. 1 in 5 face starvation. Previous reviews of the UN's conduct in cases of large-scale violations of international human rights and humanitarian law, reports on Myanmar 2019, Sri Lanka 2012, Srebrenica, Rwanda, both in 1999, pointed to our collective failure to speak to the scale of violations while they were committed. So for those killed and those whose voices are silenced, what more evidence do you need now? Will you act decisively to prevent genocide and to ensure respect for international humanitarian law? Or will you say instead that we did all we could?
All right, so there's that. And also, as I was listening to him, many of us tends to vote the right way, but there are many of us who fail to see things through the reality of things. Our minds are quickly to be clouded by the false narrative. Many of these things that happen, we have ourselves to blame. Not me personally, and some people who usually vote the right way, who see the true things that's happening. But when you look at some Middle Eastern people, they voted against their best interests. You're looking at Cuban American, voted against their best interests. Any other group, all right? So many of us have ourselves to blame for the current situation. Let's go to the next. Actually, let me go wake up my kids. It's exactly 6 o'clock. All right, I took a while. I made something for myself to eat. Peanut butter with bread and some tangerine. Prepping myself for the gym in a while. In a few minutes. Well, about an hour or so. That was something I was going to say before I go to the next one. What was it? When the thing in the Middle East started, I used to talk about it. And YouTube started changing its rule and regulation, people not to share certain things, not to talk about the Middle East and all that. All of these people, the YouTube, whoever, the CEOs, whoever on YouTube, they're all part of the way the world is shifting. Okay, the same way that I think Biden have said, the oligarch. So I don't know. People, people who don't have money seems to embrace those elites, and these other people those elites prefer in their circle, well, not in their circle, to support them so they could keep doing the nonsense that they're doing. But anyway, let's move on. What I mean by that is that they want the gullibles, the ones with no mind, to continue acting the way that they do, like the MAGAs, okay? It's like a wall, a protection those MAGAs are doing for the oligarch. Any nonsense that they throw out, whether it's true or not, they just run, chase the squirrel, and do the dirty work for them. Meanwhile, the elites, the well-to-do are just being themselves and continue to abuse their position of power. Let's move on. Next tweet. All right, so this has nothing to do with anything else, okay? It's random images random tweets that I'm sharing with you. All right, a fire is ripping through Nottoway Plantation in White Castle, Louisiana. Louisiana is one of the red states. All right. Some history. In 1860, John Randolph, who enslaved 150 plus people, owned it. It is now used as event venue, hotel, and museum. It was the largest remaining antebellum. My God, I just said a whole bunch of stuff and the thing was not recording. But anyway, let's pick up from here. A fire is ripping through Nottoway Plantation in White Castle, Louisiana. Some history. In 1860, John Randolph, who enslaved 150 plus people, owned it. It is now used as event venue, not anymore because it's burned down, hotel and museum. It was the largest remaining antebellum mentioned in the US. It's only 6 seconds. Wow. 150 plus enslavement. Okay. I've never been to this plantation, but here is a thread from a woman who visited a few years ago about her experience. One of the things that I said here, this is before it burned. There's a building, it's not as grande, it doesn't have the staircase like this, but it has almost the same style near my house. But the difference is it's not an open space. they built building next to it. There's tall building next to it. So I could assume at one point the building near my house that I'm making reference to, at some point probably there were huge open spaces in front of it. All right, let's see here. Okay, different venues. Wow, it's nice looking through this way. Very nice. There's a place in Virginia our family went to visit when we went to Virginia a couple of times. But the very first time we went, there was a building, a white building. The second time we went, I tried to go there again. We can't remember the name of it. I'll see if I have a picture saved somewhere in my on my file. Okay, yesterday I visited Nottoway Plantation in Louisiana, and I have no words for the horror show of antebellum plantation romance I found there. There's the photo here. Okay, so these are the images we just saw. Okay, by the way, she was wonderful, friendly, and helpful with all of our questions. So these are things inside. That remind me of something in the Palace, UK. Alright, so there's all of this. Beside the big house, you'll find guest bedrooms and the style of holiday home slave cabin. Is it any wonder you don't see a single Black American guest visit this place? There's that. Okay, at some point, maybe I'll come back to it, okay? I'll come back to it another time because I'm almost done. I just wanted to show the fire being burnt because it's what? 6:30. I need to hurry up and my husband is working from home. This is my last one, okay? None of them have relate to each other. Maybe a hint of racism, probably. All right. Cop pulls over Black judge and lives to regret it. Judge said, I've sentenced men with more discipline than you. All right. 1 minute and 51 seconds. Is there more to it? Okay. I'm just going to focus on the video, okay? If at some point some of you want me to get back to it and read some of the comments, you know, with my accent, I could come back to it. And the last tweet that I just shared as well, because I'm running out of time. I just want to share the video. Let's listen.
Intentional damage, intentional property damage is a misdemeanor. You want me to read you the statute?
Why are you dressed like that? Why are you wearing a robe?
Surprise, judge.
I'm not a judge, I'm a police officer.
Not you, me. How about that?
You're a judge.
No, I just wearing this robe because I have nothing else to do.
Well, you don't act like a judge. You definitely don't look like a judge.
Yeah, what do they look like?
Not you.
Oh, not me? What do they look like? I don't look like a judge? Well, guess what? I am one, and I'm on my way to work now. But you know what? I've sentenced more men with better discipline than you. You'll be standing when I walk in court. Surprise.
Ma'am, why didn't you just lead with telling me that you were a judge?
She doesn't have to tell you.
All you had to do was tell me you were a judge.
I didn't have to tell you nothing.
That's right.
You treat every citizen with respect.
I do. I'm just doing my job.
What would it make if I was a judge? What difference? You still didn't have the right to break my tail light, and then you give me a citation with that?
Wow.
I'll see you in
1019.
So he broke her tail, my God, and then write her a citation on top of it.
The station's calling me. Just get home safely. We'll just settle this with the warning, okay? You need to get your tail light
warning
fixed.
for what?
It's not safe to be driving like that, and please just drive the speed limit.
Wow. It came straight out of a movie. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. I do not know. But anyway, let's do a prayer so I could finish. Let's do prosperity. Prosperity. Let's pick an image. Oh, let's do this. A prayer for favor and prosperity. Okay. Everlasting Lord, I come before you today to humbly ask that you crown me with favor. Let me receive favor in all areas of my life. Let your favor come upon every decision I make in my life. Let your favor upon every action I take concerning my life, my business, my education, and my marriage. I pray against every form of struggle in my life. By the light of your favor, let me succeed effortlessly in all I do in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so that is it. Please take a moment. Oh, this is something I just edited. I'm uploading it now. I need to do thumbnails for it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.